guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for my triple chocolate chip fudge cookies. They are just as good or even better than they sound. They are delicious and fudgy, chocolatey, chewy, perfection. We're going to start off with some brown sugar and some granulated sugar that I have in this bowl. And to that I'm going to go ahead and add in some melted unsalted butter. We're going to go ahead and whisk this for about 45 seconds to a minute. We really want to make sure that that butter and both sugars are incorporated together and combined to become one. Just mixing it for a few seconds, you can see that the sugar is still clumpy and it's not, you can still see the butter on the sides, it's not fully incorporated together as one. So really make sure and take about 45 seconds or so and mix this together. Alright, so that is beautifully incorporated together. We're going to go ahead and add in 1 large egg. And we're just going to mix that until it's incorporated. Alright, so that egg is fully mixed in. You can see how thick and fluffy that is. I'm going to go ahead and add in some vanilla extract. And mix that in. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add in our dry ingredients. We're going to go ahead and in my sift here I have some all-purpose flour. To that I'm going to go ahead and add in some salt, as well as some baking soda. And remember, all the amounts will be listed below in the description box for you guys. As well as some cornstarch. And now these are triple chocolate chip cookies, but I'm not adding my cocoa powder at this point because this is what's going to help it make it kind of fudgy and brownie-like, is adding it a little bit later on, and I'll share that with you guys later. But first we're going to go ahead and sift in our dry to our wet. So sift in our dry ingredients, which was the all-purpose flour, salt, cornstarch, baking soda, and of course, all the amounts will be listed below for you guys in the description box. And I'm just going to combine this. I'm using my spatula at this point because it's just going to make it a little bit easier. You can see most of my flour is incorporated in that. Now is the time that I'm going to go ahead. Now is the time I'm going to go ahead and add in my cocoa powder. And I'm just going to sift that in. I'm going to just incorporate that cocoa powder into my dough. It may look like it's not coming together and it's a mess, but trust me, just work the cocoa powder into the dough. It takes maybe about another 45 seconds or so to really incorporate that in there. So that's mostly all incorporated, and now I'm going to go ahead and add in my chocolate chips. I'm going to be adding in some white chocolate chips, as well as some semi-sweet chocolate chips. We added in our semi-sweet and our white chocolate chips. Now we're just going to fold it in, or just incorporate it in, mix it in together.
At this point, guys, you really don't want to over mix your dough. You just want to make sure that the chocolate chips are incorporated. And then you'll notice also that the dough does not stick to your fingers. It's not a sticky dough. It's a very smooth dough. If you touch it with your finger, it does not stick at all. It's very smooth and clean.
Got our cookie dough here, and I'm going to go ahead and place this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. If you want to leave this overnight or even for a few days, you definitely can. Just remove it for about 5 to 10 minutes before you're ready to make your cookies and pop them in the oven. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this in my fridge, and when I'm ready to bake it, I'll show you guys what to do next. Alright, so it's been a little while. My dough is in the refrigerator. I have a baking tray here that is lined with parchment paper, and my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to take out about a tablespoon amount in our hands. And as you can see, we're going to take out about a tablespoon amount in our hands, roll it into a ball, flatten it slightly, and place it on our baking tray. Tablespoon amount, roll it into a ball, place it into our tray. And I'm just going to keep on doing this. If you want to, you can place extra chocolate chips on the top just so they look really nice and pretty. And these are going to bake for 10 minutes. The baking time is really important in this recipe because if you bake it too much, you're really not going to get that soft, chewy, fudgy cookie that we're looking for. Leave your leftover cookie dough in the refrigerator. Again, like I said, if it's for a long time, just leave it out for about 5 to 10 minutes before rolling it into your balls and placing it in the oven. So let this go for 10 minutes, and I'll see you guys back here when it is done. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes and the cookies are out of the oven, and it's very important at this stage also that you just leave them on the baking tray to cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's going to finish baking up, it's going to finish doing its thing. So leave it about 5 to 10 minutes on the baking tray just as it is before removing it to a cooling rack or to a platter. And that is it. These cookies are so easy and they're so good. I can't wait to get into it, but you do have to wait at this point. I hope that you guys enjoy this recipe. Do give it a try because it is so easy, it is so delicious, it is amazing. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.